Hello everyone, my name is Bino, and in this video we are going to differentiate the following functions using the product rule. Our first question, we have to differentiate y is equal to sec of x multiplied by e raised to the power 3x. So we introduce the product rule. Suppose we had y is equal to f of x multiplied by g of x. Then the product rule states that the derivative of y with respect to x will be equals to the derivative of the f of x multiplied by the original function g of x plus the derivative of the g of x multiplied by the original function f of x. So in both cases, we have the original functions multiplying the derivative of the other function. In y is equals to the sec of x multiplied by e raised to the power 3x, we are going to let the sec of x to be equals to the f of x, and the e raised to the power 3x, we let it to be equals to the g of x. So the derivative of y with respect to x will be equals to the derivative of the sec of x, which is sec of x multiplied by tan x, and we multiply this by the original function, the g of x, which is the e raised to the power 3x, plus the derivative of the g of x, the e raised to the power 3x, which is e raised to the power 3x. And by the chain rule, we also have to differentiate the 3x, and the derivative of the 3x will be equals to 3. And we multiply this by the original function, the f of x, in this case, the sec of x. We can go ahead and simplify. So we have dy divided by the dx, which will be equals to, so let's start first with the e raised to the power 3x, followed by the sec of x multiplied by the tan x, plus we start with the 3 and we multiply this with the e raised to the power 3x, and finally multiply this by the sec of x, and this will be our answer for this question. For our second question, we have to differentiate y is equals to arctan of x multiplied by x raised to the power 4. Let's reintroduce the formula for the product rule. Suppose we have y minus f of x multiplied by the g of x, and then the derivative of y with respect to x will be equals to the derivative of the f of x multiplied by the original function g of x plus the derivative of the g of x multiplied by the original function, the f of x. In our case, we are going to let the arctan of x to be equals to the f of x, and x raised to the power 4 to be equals to the g of x. And the derivative of the y with respect to x will be equals to the derivative of that arctan of x, which is 1 divided by x squared plus 1 squared, which is just 1, multiplied by the original function x to the power 4 plus the derivative of x raised to the power 4, which is equals to the exponent from x, the 4. We multiply it by the x raised to the power 4, and we minus 1 from the exponent of x, and we multiply this by the original function at the arc tan of x, and from here we simplify our derivative. So the derivative of the y with respect to x will be equals to 1 multiplied by x to the power 4, which is x to the power 4, divided by x squared plus 1 plus the 4 multiplied by x raised to the power 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. We multiply this by the arctan of x, and we have this as our answer for this question.